Hi everybody, this is Donna at Vince's Gourmet. Today I'm going to show you how to prepare a Bolognese sauce with some pasta. So in this pan, I'm going to start with some olive oil, about 2 to 3 ounces or a little less than a quarter cup. I'm going to heat that up on medium high. And I'm going to start with half an onion, white onion, some carrots, and some celery. So I took the onion and I'm going to dice it small. I ran the knife down lengthwise and then I went through and then I'm just going to dice it. You want to put your onion in first. This recipe is from Bologna, most traditionally used for lasagna bolognese with bechamel sauce. Okay, so my onions diced and in. I have water over here boiling for the pasta. So with, again, classically paired with this sauce is tagliatelle, but I'm using a pappardelle pasta. So what you want to use, I mean, you can use whatever kind of pasta you like, but a flat, long pasta wide. So fettuccine, pappardelle, tagliatelle, whatever you like. I didn't have big carrots, so I'm using baby carrots that I washed. They were already peeled. This is about a quarter cup. And I'm going to put those in the pan as well. And then I'm going to do the celery. Celery, don't have to, but it's about 2 stalks, about a half a cup. I like the leaves of the celery. And I like the inside of the celery, so that's what I'm using. I just think it gives it a little more texture. And these are the small ones, so I really don't have to, strip the celery and half to dice because they're all pretty small. That's going in. I'm going to, while I finish that celery, I'm putting in 3 tablespoons of butter. So you can use unsalted butter. I'm using salted butter. So all that tells me is that I'll just watch when I season. All right, so that's in there. Butter, celery, carrots, onion. And I'm going to put some pepper in now. I'll add more later. So I'm going to let that cook down for a minute or two, probably a couple of minutes. I turned up the heat a little bit. And now I'm putting in about a half a teaspoon of, I've got a nutmeg grinder of fresh nutmeg. So either, whatever way you use nutmeg. And just stir that up. I'm not adding salt yet. The meat that I'm using is ground chuck, which is 80-20, lean to fat. You can also use, you know, meatloaf mix, pork, veal, and beef. Equal parts of each, or you can change. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to add in the beef, the meat. This is going to take about 5 minutes. I turned up the heat. I'm going to let that cook down. All right, so the meat is cooked almost all the way through. I have a cup of dry white wine right here, and I'm going to pour that in. Let that cook down. So putting the alcohol in adds a level of flavor. And you know, you hear a lot of people saying the alcohol will burn off. Well, technically it will, but it won't completely burn off, just so you know. So if you're really, I mean, it certainly adds flavor, but after like 3 hours of cooking this, there'd still be 5-10% of alcohol in here. So 15 minutes or 10 minutes of cooking it is not burning it all off. All right. I'm going to add a touch of salt. I have chicken broth here just in case I need it. I'm not sure I'm going to. And now I'm going to add the tomatoes. So in this bowl here is a 28 ounce can of Italian plum peeled tomatoes. Now, if you can read here, the brand is La Bella San Marzano. These are great tomatoes, that's why I'm using them, but these are not true San Marzano. If you want to make sure you're buying a true San Marzano, it will say DOP on the label, and that means protected destination of origin. So I'm adding the tomatoes in, and I'm going to mix it around. So while that is, if you want to thicken it up, again, a lot of different recipes, some recipes for Bolognese will call for tomato paste. I have a little on the side if I want to thicken it up. I'm not so sure. I'm going to need to. So while that is cooking down, which is going to take a few minutes, I'm going to cook my pasta. Boiling water. This is the pepperdelle. Again, you can judge me, I don't add oil or salt. These are the pepperdelle nests, but I'm using them. And so you want to read, each dry pasta is different. This is Anna brand. Carry lots of different brands of pastas, shapes, and then we have our own homemade pasta that is made in the store, dry pasta. There's a whole aisle of that as well. Okay, so pasta is, pappardelle is cooking, taking a couple of minutes. I put a tablespoon of the tomato paste in there. And mixing that in. And I'm taking a clean spoon. And I just have to check for seasonings. It certainly needs seasonings. It needs some salt. My pepper melts empty now. Pepper. I'm gonna hit it with just a touch more nutmeg. All right, so that's cooking down. I'm adding a cup of whole milk. You can use heavy cream, you know, if you have to, I guess use 1 or 2%. I wouldn't, but
could you use panna?
you could if you wanted to, but this recipe, yes, you could use panna. Sam would use panna in cereal.
No.
And then you're just gonna let that cook down for a few minutes. Okay, so the pasta is a little undercooked, which is the way I want it, and I'm draining it right into enough of this. I'm picking up the whole thing.
You're working way too hard, honey.
Hi, John. How are you?
Trying to keep healthy. That's about it.
I hear you.
See you later.
Bye. This is not how I do it at home. Just so everybody knows. All right, so there's the pasta. And I'm coming over to the sauce. And before I put the sauce on, I'm going to take a little bit more butter, about 4 tablespoons. This you can adjust. You can even leave this out if you are freaky about butter. And just tossing it in. Now can you see me? I tossed that. Took about 4 tablespoons of butter and just diced it up small, and I'm tossing that in with the pappardelle.
Why?
Pasta. Just to coat the pasta a little bit. And I'm putting a little bit of pasta water on it. And then I'm taking the sauce, this is a messy one, putting it on top. Now you can do this in a pan. I'm not a huge fan of sauce on top of pasta, not mixed in. I like it all mixed in. Oops. So then I'll just take another spoon and kind of do that. All right, so that was 1 pound of pasta and 1 pound, which I don't know if I said earlier, of meat. And you can see, I mean, this is enough for, I don't know, 4 to 6 people, plus you have more sauce that you can throw in the refrigerator. It'll stay in the refrigerator, also in the freezer. And I added some grated Parmesan on top. And then, again, I like to finish with pepper so it looks finished. And there it is. Pappardelle pasta with a Bolognese sauce. If you would like to get this recipe or any of the recipes that I have done, email Donna at vincesgourmet.com. And if you would like to be on our newsletter to get our weekly specials, go to vincesgourmet.com and put in your email address. And if you've sent me an email and I've missed sending you the recipe, please just send it again, because I try and keep up with them, but sometimes I don't. That's it. So everybody have a great afternoon. Goodbye.